ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there for Cincinnati.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll give it to Mixon, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. Touchdown Bengals. That's caught. T. Higgins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Next to score, Bengals 7, Broncos 0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And finally brought down at the 38. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on first and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. First down, Bridgewater. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
24 is the mark. 24 is the mark. Watch the curve. Watch the curve. 24 is the mark. Switch up. Switch up.
Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Williams loses the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some room to maneuver. There's the stiff arm. And just shutting him off there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 94 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Bengals 14, Broncos nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
They give it to Williams, running right. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Bridgewater to throw it. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Keep playing hard.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing, Bridgewater. That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
Let's get that
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
But listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 now at the game. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Gun. Start. Ready. Let's go, team. 11 coming.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
11 MT. Here we go.
A handoff to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
131 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Bengals 21, Broncos 7. Evan McPherson to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
24 is the mic.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been...
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his tight end, Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Next score, Bengals 21, Broncos 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Gets through, and now an opening. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him. But many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? Where we've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Hamler now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Play action now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back. As trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Let's go, Mike 50.
To throw is Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. In your face. Watch the pass. Mike 55. Right there.
Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check 55.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ricky. Mike 59, Mike 59. What's the run? Mike 59. Mike 59.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he whips that one incomplete there.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. 24 is the mic. I'm here all day. 24 is the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Bridgewater. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
157 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Here we go. Stop. Ready. Time. 11 coming. Stop.
This is Mixon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Bengals 28, Broncos 14.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Hamler now to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. Mike 5'9".
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater completes it to Fant on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Motion, motion, motion.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Broncos 1st down.
Watch twins. Watch
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This is the tight end fan. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Bengals' 33-yard line.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First down, Bridgewater. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton there to swallow him up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right, took it straight into the backfield, and made the tackle for a loss.
24 is the mic. Tackle.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
57 the mic. 57 the mic. Hey, watch his slant. Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Watch his slant. 57.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
24 is the mic. 24 is the mic.
They go play action. Bridgewater.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They go play action with Burrow. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Again, it's Mixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Burrow on play action. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 20.
And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Bridgewater. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fan.
That catch good for only a couple.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Bridgewater to throw. Oh, he pulls over him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 39. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. On second down, Williams. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one